Welcome to Threshold, a place where we explore the sacred in the ordinary and the beauty in the in-between. I'm Molly Wilcox. I'm a wife, a mom, a writer, and your guide as we step over life's thresholds together. Whether you've been reading my newsletter for years or you're just discovering Threshold here, I'm so glad that you're listening. Together, we reflect on faith, creativity, and the small but meaningful ways we're being transformed in the everyday. Let's dive into this week's reflection. I told one of my friends I was pregnant again. She was overjoyed for me, and after the joy settled, she looked at me with cautious eyes. "Are you scared?" she asked. I wasn't sure how to answer. In a way, yes, I'm always scared of pregnancy and birth. Both have been traumatic experiences for me in the past, but in another sense, no, because when you have survived things that seem hard or unimaginable to others, there is a new resilience that takes up residence. Some worst-case scenarios are survivable. I've done it before, so I can do it again. This is the strength I've needed to access to convince myself another high-risk pregnancy is worth it. Even if things all go wrong, at least I know what I'm up against. This time, I'll expect it. Is it fear? I don't think so. I feel more calloused, weathered, beat down a bit by life. Innocence lost, naivety stolen. When I hear other women share they are past some ambiguous safe zone in pregnancy, I listen, smile softly. I think to myself, there is no safe zone. Not now, not ever, and this time I am more deeply aware of that than last time, but I also know that last time I survived. Small things feel like scaling mountains. I hesitated to book my first prenatal appointment. Previously, I've always booked my appointments right away. I'm pregnant, show me the baby. This time, adding anything to the calendar feels like a risk. Will I cancel? Will I go in earlier? Will an appointment reminder pop up on my phone telling me I'm a certain number of weeks as a painful reminder later on? I don't know for sure. I listened to a podcast about learning to hope again. I booked the prenatal appointment. I almost started a registry. Instead, I opted for a sticky note. The pregnancy brain has already set in, and I wanted to make sure I don't forget the things I realized I needed for another newborn. I hesitate to talk to the baby, but I wonder if I lost this baby, wouldn't I regret it if I missed this moment? Right now, my baby is the size of an apple seed. I whisper anyways. I buy the gender blood test. I decide I'm going to take tiny steps of hope. I'll let myself plan ahead a little bit. I'll let myself appreciate this moment. I tell another friend who asks later if I'm scared that I'm not scared of loss. Grief is awful. Losing someone is terrible. Hurting, physically and emotionally, makes me ask myself if I can survive it. But I know I can, so I'm not scared of loss. I'm scared of hope. I'm afraid of my hope betraying me. I'm afraid the things I wanted in life will always evade me. I wonder if I can still believe God is good, even if they do. When my husband and I realized we were losing a baby, we confided in each other we were afraid of who we would become, what we would believe if we lost this baby. I'm afraid of my hope betraying me. I'm afraid of counting on things that are never guarantees. I'm afraid of longing for things I'll never receive. I'm afraid of hoping for a redemption story that is never written in the way I want it to be. I'm afraid to hope again. Loss is heartbreaking, but hope feels like a liar. And sometimes I feel like I'd rather be around someone who is sad all the time than someone I can't trust. I slip the fear off like ditching my slip-on shoes at the garage door. I'll put them back on again and take it off again and on again and off again, all throughout the day. I'll decide I don't want to hope. It's too hard. Then change my mind and want to think about baby names. Hope is something I pick up and put down depending on my mood, my mental space. Sometimes it feels comforting, sometimes it feels awkward. What I know for sure is that it cannot be forced. It is more like a natural wonder. You can't decide you want the sunset to be pretty tonight in the mid-afternoon and make it happen. But if you're outside often enough when the sun starts to go down, when God delights in painting colors across the sky, you'll be there to catch it. Thanks for spending time with me today on Threshold. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love for you to share it with a friend, subscribe, or leave a review. It all helps so much. And if you're not already part of the community, you can join the conversation by subscribing to my weekly newsletter on Substack, Threshold by mollywilcox.substack.com. Until next time, let's keep finding beauty in the in-between.